Hey, you know what we haven't done for a little while, and that I think folks would love to see is a sharing of, well, your idea, but I'm stealing and pick because I don't have any good ideas, so I always steal yours. But people love your story behind the image on your website. People love that. Actually, I hear of everything I hear, that's probably the biggest compliment you get. It's not the quality of your images, but it's the stories behind them. Anyway, so I've asked Cole, and I'll do one too. Cole, do you want to go ahead and go first,
Um,
or you want me to go?
Ladies first.
Ladies first. Okay, that's me. All right. So let me get this out of the way. So do you see my image there?
Yeah, that's that AI generated image where you put the car in that stairwell.
You're such an idiot. No, this is Cuba, and this is a while ago. This was the first trip back in 2013. And I adore this image. I really do. But it's kind of an interesting story. So, Tony Sweet and I were down there with my buddy Dan Sniffen, and we went to Cuba for a 70th birthday party for Dan. And Tony came along, and a few other people came along too, just to celebrate with Dan. We had a grand old time. And Tony and I were on this one kind of abandoned area in the Havana area. And he was doing something, I'm doing something, and I just peeked in this garage area, and I saw this, and I was like, "Are you freaking kidding me? Wow, what an amazing scene!" But what do I do? Because like it looks like it's somebody's home. It looks like a garage, and I'm like, "Gosh, I really want to photograph this, but I don't know what to do." So I'm poking the snoot of my camera through this cracked door. And as I'm doing this, this tall Cuban young man comes walking down those stairs. And I'm like, oh crap, I'm in trouble now. I shouldn't be doing that. He couldn't have been more polite and nice. He was very tall for a Cuban, and he did play for like the national team. And he was so awesome because he then said, what are you making a picture of? Like, I thought that was so funny because I'm like, duh, we don't have these cars in United States or a situation like this. So I said, oh man, this car. And he proceeded to tell me the entire story about that car and how it was owned by his grandfather and his father, and now it's his. And
Wow.
it's like it's a rare one because oftentimes in Cuba they don't have the original engines and oftentimes not original parts, and the Cubans are very industrious. They can figure out how to fix and repair any car ever, with Russian parts, with Korean parts. I mean, they'll just do anything. But he was great, and then he invited us to open the doors and go ahead and enjoy yourself as he went off to work, and said, "Oh,
Wow.
no, no worries. You just no care about these two crazy Americans down there." And ended up being one of my absolute favorite moments and photographs from photographing in Cuba. So yeah, I guess the story behind the image is you never know who you're going to run into, what's going to happen, and I I might never have made it back from Cuba, but
Lovely
thankfully I
light.
did.
That's what
Thankfully.
struck me as the light.
Oh yeah, really cool on that one. Good
Yeah.
stuff.
Yeah.
I should try that in black and white now. Make you happier. Well, what do you got? What do you got for a story today?
Well, let's see here. I got to share. This isn't actually the image I want to share. It's going to be the last of a third, but I need to tell the story.
Okay.
This is my series, Moy Sitting for Portrait. And it came about when I went to Easter Island and on the flight had a dream that the Moy were living beings. And I had taken an outdoor studio set up, a couple of big stands, a big roll of paper, and went around inviting all the Moy to come sit for a portrait. But most were reluctant. They had been poorly treated by outsiders in the past. And some said they were too old, too infirm to make the journey. And so after issuing the invitations, I wasn't certain if anybody would show up. And the day and hour came, and at first no one did show up. But then some of the younger Moy came and sat for a portrait. And as word got out, more and more came. So I woke up from that dream and I told my wife. And then I thought about it for a bit. And I said to her, I'm going to do it. I'm going to invite the Moy to come sit for a portrait. And so what I did is I would photograph the Moy under cloud cover, outline them, and then drop them onto this digital backdrop I had created, making it look like they sat in a studio under lighting. And I would shoot them under cloud cover so I could dodge up highlights and try to really make it look like it was a studio setting. And one of my favorite images from this creation is this guy. He refused to turn and look at the camera. He wanted to show the bullet holes in his back. Early explorers used to use the Moy. They actually have photographs of these old explorers with their rifles standing next to the Moy, who they used for target practice. And he wanted to show the bullet holes on his back. Now, I, excuse me, I always love to create an image that's inspired. And I've only really had it happen twice, the Ghost of Auschwitz-Birkenau and this one. And those are my favorite projects to create from inspiration. Passion comes next. And this project was both inspiration and passion, because as a small boy, I'd always read about the Moy of Easter Island through the writings of Thor Heyerdahl, Aku Aku. So for me to be able to go there and to see the Moy was just a real treat.
Yeah, great story. I mean, I've heard it many times, but you really had a dream about it.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I love that you said that my favorite part of the story is I'm going to do it. And I can imagine Diane looking at you like, do what?
Gosh, you knew.
Good
That was
stuff.
fun stuff.
All right. There you go. I stopped sharing for you.
Thank you.
Well, good. Well, I hope you enjoyed those couple stories and couple of images. And again, we appreciate you following along, and we'll see you next time.